Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl, and today I am hosting this video from my travel trailer. My husband has a shooting competition in Quesnel, which is in British Columbia. He shoots all over in British Columbia at different shooting events. And this time it's in Quesnel, so we are camping right here at the gun range in Quesnel. And I decided to bring all my seeds that I have, and I wanted to talk about some of the seeds that I plant directly into the garden. I also wanted to show you some new seeds that I found over the summer as well that I plan on planting in my garden for next year. So I'm going to start with my seeds that I plant directly in the ground. So I'm going to start with beans. Now this year I did 4 varieties of beans. I used to do pole beans, but now I'm just sticking with the bush beans because I want to use my panels that I stake things to or have certain vegetables climbing up. I will use them for my cucumbers. I want to use them for my pole peas. And this year I'm using them for my spaghetti squash. With the bush beans, that means that they are a determinate type of bean. So they are going to produce beans over the course of 2 to 3 weeks. And the 4 types of beans that I planted this year, I did the burgundy beans, which I have planted those in previous years and kind of just gotten away from them. But I really like the burgundy beans. They start, when they come out on the plants, they are burgundy. But when you cook them, they actually turn green. So that's kind of cool. That's one of the reasons I like growing those. I also am doing the tender green beans. I do those every year along with the dragon tongue bush beans. I do those every year. I really like the looks of the dragon tongue bush beans. They taste amazing too. But I like that they have this purple with like a creamy yellow flecks growing through it. And then my other one that I just grew this year, and that was the Gold Rush bush beans. And they have been setting flowers on them, but I haven't started picking them. I've already picked the burgundy beans and also the tender green beans, but I haven't picked any of the dragon tongue bush beans or any of the Gold Rush bush beans either. Okay, moving along. Next is my beets. This is another variety that you would directly sow. You can start beets inside, but for us, we live in a zone 3. Our season is a short season, so for us, direct sowing beans makes more sense. Direct sowing beets makes more sense. Again, I have done 4 varieties of beets. I always do the cylinder beets. Every year I plant those. I always do the bull's blood beets. And then I actually do the golden Detroit beets as well. I really like the golden Detroit beets, not just for cooked, but I also like shredding them and putting them in salads. I like them roasted as well. I'm a big fan of the Detroit golden beets. Another beet that I have done is I've done the Detroit beets, and this year I picked up the Early Wonder beets. And I have grown the Early Wonder beets before, so I picked up a new pack of seeds of those this year to plant for next year. After my beets, we have the carrots. Again, I am growing 4 varieties of carrots. I'm growing the Bolero carrots because I heard they were a large carrot. That's a good storage carrot. Now I haven't tried any of the Bolero carrots because this is my first year growing them. And my sister-in-law tried one and she said she wasn't a big fan of them. So I'll have to try one and give my professional opinion. I don't really have a professional opinion, but I'll give you my opinion of what I think of them. I really like the Goldfinger carrots. They are a nice sweet carrot. I really like them for fresh eating. Then I have the Danver half-longs, and I like those for using for when you want to cook carrots to have as a side dish with your meal. I will turn to those, and also I would use them for shredding and then freezing in your freezer to use for any baking if you want to do carrot muffins, carrot cake. That's pretty awesome in that as well. My mom used to can carrots, and I wasn't a big fan of the canned carrots. I find that the carrots will actually last a long time in my fridge in a bag, and all I do is I buy those green vegetable bags. You can get them at the dollar store, and I'll put carrots in those bags and store them in my crisper, and they will last for quite a long time. I don't have a root cellar, so this is my option of how I want to be able to store my carrots for over the winter. After the carrots is corn. This year I'm doing the Sunny V corn, but I'm actually looking for a sweet corn to be able to grow in my garden. Now the Sunny V corn is doing well. I just started seeing some ears forming on my plants, so I'm excited to see what those are going to be like. Hopefully that we will enjoy them. I picked up a seed, it's new to me, called corn salad. I've heard a bit about it. With the corn salad, I actually got these through West Coast Seeds. And with the corn salad, it is known as mash, vit, and lamb's lettuce. It's a tender green leaves that have a mild, nutty flavor and are very high in fiber and vitamins. It's perfect for salads and sandwiches. And this is probably one of the most cold hardy salad green for winter gardens. They take 35 to 50 days to maturity, and you can direct sow these in early spring and again in September for a fall and winter harvest. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be planting these in the fall in September, so next month I'm going to try growing the corn salad, and I'll tell you what I think of that. My next one is lettuce, direct sowing lettuce. I only do 2 types of lettuce. I do have other varieties, but I don't know, I just really like the Butter Crunch lettuce and the romaine lettuce. Now my Butter Crunch lettuce is finished. It ended up going to seed and I fed it to my chickens, but my romaine lettuce is still doing well. I'm still picking it and it is not bitter as of yet. So I will continue to keep picking it as long as it is giving me good flavor for the lettuce. The next one is peas. I ended up finding another bag or pack of the snap peas. These are the Little Crunch snap peas. They are a low growing variety. These ones only get 26 to 32 inches tall. I grow these, and I also grow pole peas, which I grow those on my panels. I'm doing another type of peas, but I'm going to be doing these in the winter, and they are microgreen peas. I've been wanting to do something for in the winter time so that I can have some type of fresh greens. And you can put the microgreen peas, you can cut them and eat them fresh, put them in salads or in sandwiches, and they are quite nice. My last for direct sowing that I have here is radishes. I've come to the realization that the only radish I really like growing is the French breakfast radish. They seem to do the best for me. And I mean, I have other varieties here. I have the China Rose, I have the Early Scarlet, I have the Sparkler White Tip, and I find actually the Sparkler White Tip are okay as well, but I really seem to have the best results from the French breakfast, as long as you don't let them get too, let them grow too long, because then they will actually get woody and they'll be hollow in the center and they're spongy. They're not great tasting at all. Now those are my major ones that I direct sow. I also direct sow rutabagas and spinach, green onions like the annual bunching onions. I direct sow those, and I direct sow my zucchinis. So I did the Sunburst patty pan zucchini, and I really like that. That is just growing gangbusters right now. I think we had grilled zucchini, sauteed zucchini, and then I also did the green zucchini. But my gold zucchini that I've grown, I haven't picked anything off of that, but I've picked quite a bit off of the Sunburst and off of the green zucchini. I'm just waiting patiently for the gold zucchini to start. Haven't started picking any tomatoes yet. They're still pretty green. I did see on my mystery tomato that it was starting to blush, so I'm excited about that. On the deck, I have been picking my cherry tomatoes, and that's the Torenzo and the Tumbler Yellow tomato. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's gunshots from the shooting competition. Next, I'm going to talk about some seeds that I have picked up. They're new to me this year, and I've picked them up for my flowers and my vegetables, and these are ones that you have to start indoors. So I'm starting with my 12-week flowers. And for my 12-week flowers, I picked up some Pansy Frizzle Sizzle. So that's the Pansy Frizzle Sizzle. Those are super cute. Then I have the Pansy Mammoth on Fire. Those are my new seeds, and that's the 12-week one. So I start pansies 12 weeks before the last frost. So that's for that one. For 10-week, I have the Petunia Tidal Wave. I think those look amazing. I ended up picking up some more lupins. I did grow lupins before, and I put them in my garden, but they didn't come back. They are a flower that is a perennial, and it supposed to come back, but mine did not. And then I got the Tuscany Mixed Verbena. And I plan on growing a lot of those because this year we had an issue with the deer. I did up these flowers in some big planters along our driveway, and the deer don't like verbena. I had put pansies, and I had put petunias and verbena, and I think there was some calibrachoa. Well, the deer just made a salad out of my pots along the road. So they didn't like the verbena. So this time I got an upright variety of the verbena. So I'm going to try and grow as much verbena as I can, and marigolds. I'm going to fill those planters with marigolds and verbena. I can do quite a few different varieties of marigolds. They have tall varieties, short varieties, right in between varieties. And that is what I'm going to do because I'm getting tired of the deer mowing down all my beautiful flowers. My 6-week flowers that I picked up that are new, I'm really excited for these ones. So I have a Starlight Rose Zinnia. Isn't that pretty? I can't wait to grow those. And then I also, from West Coast Seeds, I picked up a giant Blue Point Zinnia. And they are quite a tall variety. These ones actually get 30 inches tall. I'm not sure what the deer think of zinnias because I've never put zinnias out in any planters. I always end up putting them right in my garden, and I have an 8-foot high fence around my garden so that the deer can't get in there, so they can't even think about liking them. Okay, for my 4-week new that I've picked up, I got the Sunflower Music Box. I have planted these before. I just haven't picked up any new seeds. And these are another sunflower, the Floristan. I've grown those before. They are simply beautiful. And then these are a shorter variety of a sunflower. This is the Sunspot sunflower. Now I picked these up last year and I forgot to start some, so I didn't get any in my garden. So I'm hoping that I will have some for next year. So that's it for my flowers that are new seeds to me. Now I'm going to show you what I've picked up as far as vegetables go that are new. So the first one is at 10 weeks, I am starting my peppers. And these ones are the King of the North pepper. And they are an early variety. These ones it says 57 to 70 days. So I went to Saskatchewan and visited my sister, and I gave her some of these King of the North peppers. And then the next one, these were a 10-week variety of vegetables. And I got the celeriac. I tried getting these last year. I tried ordering them through Lindenberg, which is a seed company based out of Manitoba, and they were sold out and I couldn't get any. So needless to say, I didn't plant any in my garden this year. Then I got a new eggplant called the Epic Hybrid. When I was in Saskatchewan, I went to a seed company called Early's, and they have quite a vast array of seeds. And their seeds are actually really quite reasonably priced. So I picked up quite a few from there. The other one I picked up was an early green globe artichoke. Now I know we don't have a long season for artichokes, but these have 120 days to maturity. And if I'm going to be starting them indoors at 10 weeks, and if I can get them out in the garden as early as possible, I might stand a chance at actually getting artichokes. I buy canned artichokes and I make artichoke dip. I've also made these, it's kind of like an appetizer, and it is with, you get the cornmeal in the tubes and you slice it and you put like a marinara sauce and the sliced artichoke hearts with slices of peppers, and I can't remember if you put an herb on that. I haven't made them in probably a couple of years. And then you sprinkle cheese over top of it and you bake them in the oven, and oh my gosh, they are quite good, actually. Okay, 8 weeks. These are the tomatoes. I have a container that is just designated specifically for tomatoes. Last year I grew Oxheart tomatoes, and I didn't realize that I didn't have any more seeds, and I didn't collect any of the seeds, and then I didn't order any because I get them through T&T. T&T is another seed company that's based out of Manitoba. And Lindenberg doesn't carry Oxheart, but Early's in Saskatoon had them, so I picked up another package of Oxheart tomato seeds. I really like the Oxheart. I like the looks of them. They're a great tasting tomato. They're a paste tomato, so you could use them if you were making tomato sauce, or if you were doing, maybe you want to make a tomato paste. I tried making tomato paste last year, but that's quite a commitment. It's a lot of slow simmer on the stove for like hours. I think I had them on the stove for 3 hours and it wasn't enough. You need to be, I think how you could best do tomato paste is if you put it on the stove and you have it on low and you're simmering it to simmer it down to make it thick enough that it actually resembles tomato paste, and put that on the stove and then start doing something else, working on another tomato project. Maybe it's salsa, maybe it's canned tomatoes, maybe it's tomato sauce. I don't know. But you definitely need to have something else to do, because tomato paste is time consuming. Okay, my 6-week vegetables that are new this year. Well, they're not, one of them is not new. I picked this one up. I've grown it before, and it's the cheddar cauliflower. I really like the cheddar cauliflower. So I got that from Early's. And then it's a Stardust cauliflower, and I got this through Lindenberg. And this one here, it matures in 50 to 70 days. So it is an earlier variety, which is good because it would be nice to pick those heads of cauliflower before it gets too hot. Our summers, it's amazing how our climate has changed, where we get just smoking hot for a couple of weeks in the summer, and I don't ever remember it being quite that hot. We were in Enderby probably a month ago, and it was 40 degrees in Enderby for the full week, and we were in this trailer, no air conditioning. It was brutal. Absolutely. We picked up a tarp and we clamped it around our awning to try and give us some shade, because our campsite was full sun. We had one tree that did not shade us very well. So, okay, 4 weeks. I have bought this before. I buy this seed all the time, and I want some cucamelons. And I have been buying cucamelon seeds, and I haven't been very successful. I hate to say it. So I'm buying new seeds. I got these ones from Early's in Saskatoon, and that pack of seeds was $1.99. I just think that seems quite cheap. So here's hoping that next year I will be successful at doing my cucamelons. I haven't even tried a cucamelon. I've heard really good things about them, but I haven't even been able to try one to give my honest opinion of what I think of them. And I just wish I could grow some cucamelons. So that's the end of my seed. I might end up getting some more. I'm going to be going to Art Knapp at the beginning of September in Kamloops, and I'm going to be shopping there for seeds. They carry West Coast seeds. So I'm hoping, that I might be able to. My sister has given me a list of seeds to look for West Coast seeds. So hopefully I'll be able to find some of the seeds that she wants too. So anyways, that's all I have for today. Just talking about new seeds that I bought and some of the seeds that I start that are direct sown in my garden. Wanted to talk about some of those as well. So anyways, Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.